Banished by the galaxy. Saved only by Earth. The bridge of the Earth ship Vanguard was silent. Everyone stared at the main screen as 3 unknown vessels drifted into the far edge of the solar system. Their hulls were broken, torn apart as if they had crawled through fire. Smoke trails floated behind them like dying echoes of a long battle. Commander Alex Ryland stepped closer to the screen. His eyes narrowed. Those ships, they're barely holding together. Lieutenant Sarah Holt checked her console. Her hands were shaking. Sir, we're receiving a signal. It's weak. Almost gone. Alex felt a cold pressure in his chest. Nothing good ever came with a signal like that. Play it, he ordered. Static filled the bridge, then a tired, trembling voice broke through. This is Refuge Convoy 9 of the Varini people. We seek shelter. We have no weapons. We are dying. Please help us. The message ended. The room felt smaller. Alex exchanged a long look with his second officer, Commander Jonas Creed. Both men had seen strange things in deep space, but this felt different. Too quiet. Too desperate. Sarah spoke softly. Captain, should we contact Earth Command? Alex didn't answer immediately. The galaxy had rules. Rules humans were still learning. Earth had only been part of the Galactic Assembly for 20 years. And the Assembly wasn't kind to newcomers who broke protocol. Run a scan, Alex said finally. Jonas typed quickly. When the results appeared, his face went pale. Sir, there are more than 12,000 Varini on those ships. Life support is collapsing. Hull damage is severe. They won't survive for long. Sarah whispered. 12,000 children, families. Alex looked at the screen again. He imagined his own daughter back on Earth. He imagined her trapped on one of those dying ships. No oxygen, no hope. He couldn't wait for permission. Open a channel, he said. Sarah nodded. Channel open. This is Captain Alex Ryland of the United Earth Ship Vanguard, he said. We hear your call. We will escort you to safety. Medical teams will meet you when you enter Earth space. Jonas stepped closer and lowered his voice. Alex, the Assembly won't like this. We don't know why they're being hunted. We don't know what happened. Helping them could put Earth in danger. I know, Alex said quietly. But we're not letting 12,000 people die while we look the other way. He sent a coded message to Earth Command. Hours later, the reply came. Alex read it once. Then again. And again. His hands slowly curled into fists. Sarah saw his expression and froze. Sir, what did they say? Alex's voice was barely above a whisper. The Assembly has labeled the Varini as criminals. Anyone who helps them will face punishment. Earth could lose its treaties. Our alliances. Our tech rights. Everything. Jonas exhaled sharply. They want us to abandon them, let them die. Alex stared at the wounded ships drifting helplessly in the darkness. They want us to choose safety over humanity, he said. Sarah shook her head. Captain, we can't leave them. Alex closed his eyes for a moment. Then he stood tall. Get me Admiral Reyes. Priority channel. The Admiral's face appeared. She looked exhausted. Captain Ryland, she said. I assume you read the directive. Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me why the Assembly wants the Varini erased? Reyes hesitated. 2 days ago, the Varini homeworld fell. The Assembly claims they used a forbidden energy device. The Varini say they were defending themselves. Truth is unclear. So the order is to let them die without proof. Alex kept his voice calm, but his eyes burned. The official order, the Admiral said carefully, is to obey the directive. She leaned closer. The unofficial order is that your communication system is currently malfunctioning. It may take days to repair. Alex almost smiled. I understand, Admiral. The screen went dark. Alex turned to his crew. You heard her. Our systems are down. He pointed at the dying ships. Tell them Earth welcomes them. The Vanguard moved forward, toward danger, toward defiance, toward a choice that would change everything. Humanity had taken its stand, and the galaxy would not forget. The 3 Varini refugee ships drifted behind the Vanguard like wounded shadows. Their hulls sparked lightly every few minutes, as if the metal itself was fighting to stay alive. On the bridge, the mood was strange, quiet, tense, almost breathless. Lieutenant Sarah Holt monitored the Varini transmissions. Captain, the refugees are sending small updates. Many of them are sick. Some decks have no oxygen left. Alex Ryland nodded slowly. Tell medical teams to prepare full emergency response. We're not letting them die on our doorstep. Commander Jonas Creed checked long-range sensors again. His brow tightened. Still no sign of pursuit. It feels wrong. Alex understood. If the Varini were running from someone powerful, that someone should have been close behind. Stay alert, Alex said. Silence can be more dangerous than noise. Minutes stretched. Space felt colder. Sarah suddenly gasped. Captain, another signal. But this one isn't from the Varini. Jonas leaned forward. Origin. Sarah swallowed. Deep space. Very far. But the message is directed at us. Alex straightened. Put it through. A low, crackling voice filled the bridge. Metallic. Distorted. Broken by interference. Earth vessel, turn them away. The Varini carry danger with them. If you shelter them, your world will suffer. The message ended abruptly. Sarah blinked. What was that? A threat? Jonas looked grim. Or a warning? Alex rubbed his jaw. Scan again. Any sign of a ship? Nothing, Jonas replied. Whoever sent that, they're gone. Sarah's hands trembled over her console. Captain, it sounded like the sender wasn't just threatening us. It sounded like they were afraid. Alex felt a cold shiver crawl up his spine. Fear from an unknown alien species was never a good sign. He turned to communications. Try to reconnect to the source. No luck, Sarah said quietly. It's like the message came from a ghost. Alex exhaled slowly. Then we focus on what we can control. Keep moving. The Vanguard continued its steady path toward Earth space. But then, the Varini leader contacted them. A hologram flickered to life on the bridge. A tall, thin Varini female appeared. Her skin glowed faintly blue, veins shimmering like liquid light. She spoke in calm, tired English. I am Rila, coordinating officer of the Varini convoy. Captain Rylan, we thank you. No one else would help us. Alex nodded respectfully. We couldn't ignore your distress call. Rila lowered her head. You must understand, sheltering us is dangerous. The Assembly has decided our people do not deserve to exist. Jonas stepped forward. Why? What did you do? Rila hesitated. We resisted. We refused to join the High Dominion. They attacked. We fought back. And when we defended ourselves, they called us criminals. Sarah whispered. Is it true you used a forbidden weapon? Rila's glow dimmed. Her voice cracked. We tried to build a shield. A barrier to stop their warships. But we miscalculated. The energy spiraled out of control. Alex's chest tightened. Your world. Destroyed, she whispered. Not by intention. By accident. By our desperation. The bridge fell silent. Rila continued. The Dominion fears us now. Not for what we did, but for what they think we might do again. Alex could feel his crew's eyes on him. Humanity understood fear. Humanity understood mistakes. Humanity understood being underestimated. Rila, he said gently, you are safe with us. Rila's eyes shimmered with relief. Captain, the Dominion will come. They will not allow us to reach your planet. As if summoned by her words, alarms blared. Jonas shouted, Captain, new contacts. Sarah's heart pounded. Multiple ships. Approaching fast. Alex snapped into action. Identify. Jonas stared at the screen. Oh no. 3 massive ships were speeding toward them, sleek, dark, and armed with weapons glowing purple. The Dominion had arrived, and they were not here to talk. The bridge lights dimmed as warning alarms echoed through the ship. Captain Alex Ryland stepped forward, eyes locked on the screen where 3 enormous warships cut through the darkness like silent predators. Their hulls glowed with sharp violet patterns, symbols of the Dominion. Commander Jonas Creed's voice was tight. Those ships, they're not scouts. They're execution vessels. Lieutenant Sarah Holt adjusted the sensors, her fingers trembling slightly. They're broadcasting a message. Audio only. Alex braced himself. Play it. A cold voice filled the bridge, low and sharp, dripping with contempt. Earth vessel. Disengage from the Varini convoy. Immediately. Surrender the refugees or face consequences far beyond your understanding. The crew exchanged frightened looks. Jonas muttered, they're not joking. Sarah swallowed. Captain, their firepower. Each one of their ships could destroy the Vanguard alone. Alex felt the weight of every life depending on him. His crew, the 12,000 Varini, even the people back home. Fear made his chest heavy, but he kept his voice steady. This is Earth's ship Vanguard, he said firmly. The Varini refugees are under our protection. We will not surrender them. For a moment, the only sound was the hum of the engines. Then the Dominion answered. Earth has made its choice, and soon it will learn the cost. The signal died. Sarah whispered. Captain, they're powering their weapons. Jonas looked at the tactical screen. Range closing. Fast. Alex took a long breath. Contact the Varini convoy. We need to know what we're dealing with. Seconds later, Rila, the Varini leader, appeared as a shimmering hologram. Her usually calm glow flickered with fear. Captain Rylan, those ships belong to the Dominion's Purge Division. They only have one purpose. Alex nodded. He knew what she was going to say. To erase us, Rila whispered. Jonas pointed at her image. Can they be reasoned with? Rila shook her head. They are bound by doctrine, not logic. They do not negotiate. They only obey. Sarah looked at the incoming ships. Captain, we can't fight them. No, Rila said. But you can run. Alex's jaw clenched. If we run, they'll destroy your convoy. Rila hesitated. Then she spoke quietly. Captain, if you flee, at least Earth will survive. Alex stared at her. You want us to abandon you? I want your people to live, she said. If you fall today, the Dominion gains even more power. For a moment, the bridge was silent. Then Alex shook his head. That's not who we are. Rila blinked. Captain, Earth doesn't abandon the innocent. Not now. Not ever. Rila bowed her head, emotions flickering across her glowing skin. You honor us, Captain Rylan. Alex turned to his officers. Prepare defensive maneuvers. We hold position. Jonas' voice cracked slightly. Sir, we can't win. We're not trying to win, Alex said. We're trying to survive long enough for a plan. Sarah's eyes widened. What plan? Alex stared at the incoming Dominion ships. I don't know yet. The entire bridge fell into nervous silence as the Dominion vessels drew closer, massive, confident, unstoppable. Then something unexpected happened. Sarah gasped. Captain, new signal. Jonas frowned. Another Dominion ship? No, Sarah shook her head, confused. It's coming from behind the Dominion fleet. It's faint. Very faint. Play it, Alex ordered. Static. A broken, distorted voice. Barely understandable. Earth vessel. Hold. Do not surrender. Help is coming. Jonas stiffened. Who is that? Sarah worked furiously to clean the signal. It's encrypted with Varini codes. Rila's hologram flickered with shock. That can't be. No Varini ships survived outside our convoy. The message repeated, slightly clearer. Hold your ground. Don't run. You are not alone. Alex felt something shift inside him. A spark of hope in the darkness. Jonas stared at the screen. Captain, this means. Before he could finish, the Dominion warships opened fire. A wall of purple energy shot across the void, lighting the darkness with deadly brightness. Sarah screamed, impact in 3 seconds. Alex grabbed the railing. Brace for hit. The universe exploded in light. The Dominion's energy blast struck the Vanguard like a hammer from the heavens. The ship shook so violently that several officers fell from their stations. Sparks exploded from overhead panels. The lights flickered, turning the bridge into a stuttering nightmare of red alarms and shadows. Lieutenant Sarah Holt screamed over the noise. Shields down to 30%. Another hit like that, and we lose the whole left side. Commander Jonas Creed was gripping the console so hard his knuckles turned white. Captain, they're charging a second shot. Alex Ryland planted his feet firmly, feeling the deck tremble under him. Divert all auxiliary power to the shields. Keep us alive. The second blast fired before he finished speaking. A massive, violet beam cut across space, hitting the Vanguard dead on. The shields flared bright, then collapsed. The bridge rocked. Consoles blew open. Smoke filled the air. Someone shouted for a medic. Another yelled that life support was dropping. The Vanguard groaned like a wounded animal in the dark. Jonas checked the readouts, his voice tight with disbelief. Direct hit. Our armor barely held. One more like that, and we're done. Rila's hologram flickered into view. Her glow was faint, shaken. Captain, the Dominion will not stop. They will fire until nothing remains. Save yourselves. Please. Alex wiped blood from his forehead. We're not leaving you. Rila's voice trembled. Why? You owe us nothing. Maybe not, Alex said. But we owe ourselves the truth. Before Rila could answer, Sarah shouted. Captain, that mysterious signal again. It's getting stronger. The bridge fell silent. Sarah tapped the console, boosting clarity. The broken voice returned, still shaky, still faint, but clearer than before. Earth. Varini. Hold your ground. Do not retreat. Jonas frowned. This frequency, it's Varini, but older. Not from their convoy. Rilla looked confused. There is no other Varini fleet left. The voice continued. A second, different voice joined the first. Still Varini, still desperate. We escaped the fall, small group, hidden for cycles, bringing device. Dominion weakness. Rilla gasped. Impossible. They were lost. Everyone believed they were gone. Alex leaned forward sharply. What device? Static punched through the audio. A disruptor shuts down Dominion command network. But we must get close. Very close. Jonas' eyes widened. Captain, that could turn the entire battle. Sarah looked up suddenly. Captain, I've pinpointed the source. A set of coordinates flashed on the map, outside normal travel lanes, far from where any ship should be lurking. Alex didn't hesitate. Patch me through. Sarah nodded. Channel open. Alex raised his voice. Unknown Varini vessel. This is Captain Rylan of the Earth ship, Vanguard. Can you hear me? A pause. Then a new voice responded, clearer than before, calm but urgent. We hear you, Captain Rylan. We are the last ember, final survivors of the Varini Defense Corps. Rilla covered her mouth. They're legends. Heroes. No one believed they still lived. The voice continued. Our disruptor can cripple Dominion ships, but we cannot activate it from here. It must be delivered to one vessel. A brave vessel. Jonas stared at the captain. Oh no. He means. Alex nodded slowly. He means us. Sarah breathed. Captain, if we carry that device, we will have to fly straight into the Dominion line. Rilla added softly. If you do this, you may not return. Alex's voice was steady. We didn't choose this fight, but we won't run from it. The bridge steadied. Crew members wiped blood from their faces, tightened straps, checked weapons, patched failing circuits. Despite the damage, the Vanguard still moved, still breathed, still fought. Jonas spoke quietly. Captain, we're taking the biggest risk in Earth's history. Alex set his jaw. Then let's make sure it counts. Sarah pointed to the map. The last ember is moving. Fast. They'll reach transfer range in 5 minutes. Alex stood tall. Everyone, prepare for the handoff. The future of Earth, and the Varini, might depend on what we do next. Rilla bowed her head again, this time not in fear, but in respect. You fight not like a young species, she said softly. You fight like one that remembers what justice feels like. Alex looked back at the shattered stars where the Dominion ships gathered strength for another strike. Justice, he whispered, is exactly what they're about to face. The last ember emerged from the shadows like a ghost returning from another life. Its hull was cracked, covered in burned scars, with missing plates that exposed glowing power lines beneath. Yet somehow, the ancient vessel still held together, fighting against the darkness that had tried to erase it. Lieutenant Sarah Holt watched in awe. It shouldn't even be flying. Commander Jonas Creed nodded. But it is. That ship refuses to die, just like us. A communication window opened. The Varini captain of the last ember appeared, an older male with silver patterns glowing across his skin. His eyes looked tired, but sharp. Earth ship Vanguard, prepare to receive the disruptor. Alex Rylan gave a short nod. We're ready. Send coordinates for transfer. The Varini captain stepped aside, revealing a large cylindrical device glowing with blue veins of energy. It pulsed like a beating heart. This disruptor is powerful, but unstable. Once activated, you will have minutes, maybe less, before it overloads. Jonas muttered under his breath. Of course it overloads. Why wouldn't it? The Varini captain continued. If you get close to the Dominion flagship and launch the pulse directly into its command core, the entire Dominion fleet will lose communication, targeting, movement. They will fall blind. Sarah's breath hitched. It could save everyone. Or blow us apart, Jonas added. Alex Rylan looked at the device, the impossible choice between safety and survival. We'll take it, he said. The Varini captain bowed his head deeply. Then today, Earth and Varini stand as one. The disruptor was transferred directly into the Vanguard's lower bay. The energy levels were so high that engineers had to wear protective suits. Even then, the device hummed so loudly that the deck vibrated beneath their boots. Inside the bay, Chief Engineer Malik wiped sweat from his forehead. Captain, this thing is alive. You want my honest opinion? Alex stepped beside him. Always. This device doesn't want to sit quietly. Malik tapped the glowing surface. It wants to be released. Soon. Alex nodded grimly. We'll give it what it wants. The plan. Back on the bridge, Jonas pulled up the holomap. The Dominion fleet is forming a spearhead formation. The flagship is dead center. Heavily shielded. Heavily guarded. Sarah pointed. If we attack head-on, we won't make it 10 seconds. Alex shook his head. We're not going straight in. We'll dive under their formation, use the debris field from their first attack to mask our signature. Jonas blinked. Captain, that's insane. Yes, Alex replied calmly. But it might work. The last moments before the run. As the Vanguard turned toward the battlefield, the crew moved with quiet focus. Engineers sealed hull breaches. Medics treated injuries. Pilots strapped in, knowing this could be their final mission. On the bridge, Rila appeared once more as a hologram. Captain Rylan, be careful. If the Dominion realizes what you're carrying, they will target you with everything they have. They already want us dead, Alex replied. Let's give them a reason. Rila's glow softened, like a flicker of hope. You carry the courage my people lost long ago. Sarah whispered. Captain, Disruptor is armed. Timer won't start until activation, but energy is climbing. Good, Alex said. Once we're in range, there's no turning back. Jonas took a deep breath. Then we better make the first run count. The suicide run begins. The Vanguard engines roared, pushing the battered ship into a sharp dive. The debris field appeared ahead, shattered metal, burning fragments, the graveyard of fallen platforms and ships. Sarah called out. Hull integrity dropping due to field density. Hold course, Alex ordered. Keep power to shields. The Vanguard weaved through broken steel and floating wreckage, hiding its signature behind a cloud of twisted metal. For several minutes, the Dominion fleet didn't notice. Then, Jonas stiffened. Captain, the flagship is scanning the debris. Sarah's heart pounded. They'll see us any second. Alex stood tall, voice calm. Stay low. Stay quiet. The ship glided through shadows. Seconds felt like hours. Finally, Jonas whispered, we passed the scan. They didn't see us. Sarah released a long breath. We're still alive, for now. In range. The Dominion flagship rose ahead, colossal, glowing with violet fire, surrounded by escort ships like wolves circling a king. Weapon arrays pointed everywhere. It was a fortress. Jonas checked the distance. 2,500 meters. 1,500. Sarah swallowed. 1,000 meters. The Dominion flagship suddenly shifted. Its massive cannons turned. Jonas's face drained of color. Captain, they see us. Sarah screamed. Dominion weapons locked. Alex slammed his hand on the console. Activate the disruptor. In the lower bay, the device erupted with blinding blue light, and the fate of Earth rushed toward its breaking point. The disruptor came alive like a waking star. A wave of blue fire burst through the lower decks of the Vanguard, shaking the entire ship. The lights flickered. The engine screamed. Every alarm on the bridge lit up at once. Lieutenant Sarah Holt grabbed the console. Energy spike. Massive spike. Captain, the device is charging faster than expected. Commander Jonas Creed shouted. It's pulling power directly from our core. If this continues, the ship will tear itself apart. Alex Ryland didn't blink. Hold it steady. We need this shot. Down below, Chief Engineer Malik yelled through the comms. Captain, the disruptor is at 60%, 70, 80. This thing isn't listening to us. Let it run. Alex ordered. We only get one chance. Outside the viewport, the Dominion flagship grew larger and larger, filling the stars, filling the air with a deadly violet glow. Its cannons charged. Its escorts spread out like snapping jaws. Sarah's voice cracked. They're going to fire. 5 seconds. 4. 3. The Dominion flagship unleashed its power. A tidal wave of violet destruction. The beam shot across the void straight toward the Vanguard. Jonas yelled. Impact now. And then, the disruptor fired first. A dome of brilliant blue exploded outward from the Vanguard, expanding like a living storm. The shockwave moved too fast for the eye to follow. The Dominion beam struck the edge of the dome, then twisted, then shattered into harmless particles. Sarah gasped. It worked. It worked. The blue shockwave hit the Dominion fleet. Every ship, even the flagship, flickered violently. Their lights dimmed. Engines stuttered. Weapons froze. Shields collapsed. The perfect war machine became a field of floating, blind giants. Jonas stared at the screen in disbelief. Their command network, it's gone. They can't even steer. Sarah covered her mouth. Captain, we did it. But the victory was not clean. Malik's voice tore through the comms. Captain, disruptor overload. The energy feedback is too much. We need to eject it or we all die. Alex's heart dropped. How long? 30 seconds at most. Jonas turned to Alex, sweat on his forehead. Captain, if we eject the device, the Dominion might recover. Sarah whispered. But if we keep it, the Vanguard won't survive. The ship trembled harder. Panels cracked. Pipes burst. Smoke filled the air. Alex closed his eyes for half a second. He knew the choice. He opened them again, sharp, determined. We keep it. Sarah looked at him, shocked. Captain, we finish what we started. Jonas swallowed hard. With all due respect, you're insane. Maybe, Alex said. But we didn't come this far to stop halfway. The disruptor's glow turned white hot. Malik yelled. Captain, it's going to blow. You need to evacuate the lower decks. Do it. Alex turned to navigation. Helm, point us directly at the flagship. Full thrust. Sarah stared. You're going to ram them? No. We're going to deliver the final pulse right into their core. The Vanguard shot forward, engines screaming, hull peeling from heat and pressure. Debris scraped across the shields. The Dominion escorts, blind and drifting, couldn't intercept. The flagship loomed ahead like a dying titan. Sarah shouted numbers. 500 meters, 403. The disruptor exploded. A silent burst of blue-white light swallowed everything. The flagship convulsed, its engines tearing apart, its weapons melting like wax in a furnace. The entire Dominion formation collapsed into drifting metal. A second shockwave threw the Vanguard spinning into darkness. The ship twisted violently, alarms blaring, lights dying out one by one. Then, silence. Smoke. Darkness. Weightlessness. Sarah groaned. Systems offline. Jonas coughed. Hull, barely intact. Alex tried to move. Pain shot through his side. Is everyone alive? Malik responded weakly. Captain, the disruptor is gone. But the Vanguard is dying. Rila appeared as a flickering hologram, her glow trembling. Captain Rylan, the Dominion fleet is crippled. You saved us. You saved everyone. Alex tried to stand. Rila, is your convoy safe? Yes, she whispered. Because of you. Alex nodded slowly. Good. Then finish the journey to Earth. The Vanguard plunged deeper into silence, drifting without power, without direction. Sarah whispered. Captain, what happens to us now? Alex closed his eyes. Now, we hope someone answers the call. Silence wrapped the Vanguard like a heavy blanket. No engines. No shields. No power. Only drifting metal and the faint echo of a battle that had nearly destroyed them. Captain Alex Rylan opened his eyes slowly. The bridge lights were dim, running only on emergency power. Smoke drifted across the ceiling. The smell of burned wiring filled the air. Lieutenant Sarah Holt coughed, trying to push herself back into her chair. Captain, life support is barely holding. 20 minutes at most. Commander Jonas Creed held his arm, blood seeping through his uniform. Emergency thrusters are gone. We're drifting toward, well, nothing. Alex forced himself to stand, grabbing the railing for support. Status of the Verini convoy? Sarah brought up a faint, flickering screen. They're safe. Clear of the Dominion zone. Jonas nodded. Then the mission was worth it. Alex tried to smile, even through the pain. We're not dead yet. A flicker of hope. Suddenly, the emergency lights dimmed further. Malik's voice crackled through the comms. Captain, core is cooling, but the ship is failing. We need help now. Alex looked out the viewport at the broken stars. Help? From who? The Dominion was defeated, but Earth was far away, and the Vanguard was barely more than floating wreckage. Sarah whispered, Sir, we should send a distress call. Whatever power we have left. Alex nodded faintly. Do it. Sarah tapped the console. Sparks shot out, but the system obeyed. A faint signal drifted into the void. Jonas sighed. Hope someone's listening. An answer from the void. 1 minute passed. Then 2. 5. 10. No answer. The crew grew quieter. Breathing slower. Faces pale. Sarah whispered, I don't want to die here. Jonas clenched his jaw. Captain, if systems keep failing at this rate. Before he could finish, The navigation screen flickered. A new signal appeared. Sarah gasped. Captain, a ship. A big one. Alex leaned forward. Verini? Sarah shook her head. No, human. A deep voice came through the speakers. This is the Earth carrier Resolute. Vanguard, we are approaching your position. Hold tight. Emotion choked the crew. Sarah covered her mouth. Jonas leaned back in relief. Malik shouted through the comms, yes. Alex closed his eyes for a moment, letting go of the weight crushing his chest. We made it. Rescue. Minutes later, the massive shadow of the Resolute appeared above them. Its hangar opened like a giant sheltering wing. Rescue pods launched toward the Vanguard, bright, silver, and beautiful against the darkness. As human Marines boarded the broken ship, the Vanguard crew finally let themselves breathe. A medic knelt beside Alex. Captain, can you walk? I can try, Alex said, and almost collapsed before two Marines caught him. Sarah and Jonas were lifted onto stretchers. Engineers swarmed the wrecked corridors. Emergency lights flickered, but for the first time since the Dominion appeared, the Vanguard felt alive again. A new alliance. Hours later, Alex stood on the bridge of the Resolute, bandaged but steady. The Verini convoy was now safely escorted by Earth ships. Their glowing vessels moved gracefully among the stars, no longer running, no longer alone. A hologram of Rila appeared beside him. Captain Rylan, she said softly. Your bravery saved an entire people. You saved yourselves, Alex replied. We just gave you the chance. Rila bowed deeply. The Verini owe Earth a debt that can never be repaid. But we will try. From this day forward, our people stand with you. Alex smiled faintly. And Earth stands with you. Jonas stepped forward, still bruised but grinning. Captain, Earth Command is calling this the first victory of the Alliance. Sarah leaned on the railing. Alliance? I like the sound of that. The war is not over. The celebration was brief. A new transmission arrived, encrypted, urgent. Admiral Reyes appeared on the screen. Captain Rylan, she said, what you did today will be remembered for generations. But you need to know something. Alex frowned. Admiral, she took a deep breath. The Dominion fleet that attacked you was only a small strike force. Rilla's glow dimmed with fear. Sarah whispered. You mean there's more? Much more, the Admiral said. A full Dominion armada is gathering near the outer rim. They know the Verini survived. They know Earth helped. Jonas clenched his fists. So they're coming. Admiral Reyes nodded. They're coming. And this time, they will not underestimate you. Alex stood tall, ignoring the pain in his ribs. Then we won't underestimate them either. Rilla looked at the stars. Captain, whatever happens next, we face it together. Alex nodded. Together. Outside the viewport, the stars glowed brighter, no longer cold, no longer lonely. The galaxy was changing, and humanity had just taken its place in the center of that change. The Dominion wanted fear. They would find something else. They would find something else. They would find Earth. And Earth was done running.